If you thought the last Supreme Court term was controversial, buckle up because the justices are just getting started. This court has decided to take up several more cases that will impact voting rights, religious liberties, gay rights, free speech, all starting in October. So far, the court has agreed to hear several cases, including two big ones that involve voting rights. One is out of North Carolina. It has to do with redistricting, which I've talked about several times here on this page, and whether the state's courts have a right to intervene and strike down newly drawn congressional maps because of what that state's Supreme Court found was severe gerrymandering, violating the state's constitution. North Carolina lawmakers believe it's their right under the U.S. Constitution to draw the district maps however they want, even if the map clearly favors one party over another, and courts should not be able to check their power. The other voting rights case is out of Alabama and challenges the 1965 Voting Rights Act. In this one, Alabama lawmakers again redrew a congressional district map that a lower court said violated the Voting Rights Act by diluting the black voting power in that district. The Supreme Court did hear part of this case on an emergency basis in the last term, saying the Alabama legislature could ignore the lower court's ruling and go ahead using that map while the case continued to play out. Now, the full case is going before the court this term, but in the meantime, the map is being allowed to be used during the 2022 midterm elections. And the court has also decided to hear a case out of Colorado where a web developer wants to expand her business to include wedding websites, but she says she shouldn't have to be forced to create wedding websites for same-sex couples because it's against her religion. She wants to put a notice on her website that says just that. Well, the state's law says she can't because that would be discriminatory and businesses have to work with all people regardless of sexual orientation. But the web developer says that violates her First Amendment right. Now, it's important to know in this case, there is no actual same-sex couple that are looking to hire her. She just wants to challenge this law. This is just the beginning. We're going to keep hearing about more cases the justices have agreed to hear throughout the next few months. Just so you know, the court receives between 7,000 to 8,000 petitions every term, and they hear arguments on about 80 cases. The next term starts in October.